capital of Australia. Today's guest is one that we are really, really excited to have. He's going to share an absolute monster amount of knowledge with us. He is the CEO and founder of Real Estate Investment Finance, a multinational company with a mission to help Australians own and build wealth through property. He holds a bachelor's in commerce, majoring in finance, financial planning, and accounting, and is a fully licensed real estate agent, and accredited mortgage specialist. His company is positioned in the top 11 brokerages in Australia. He's won Independent Broker Office of the Year finalist, Business of the Decade finalist, Business Growth finalist, and Small Business Entrepreneur of the Year finalist. He holds a multi-million-dollar portfolio, debt-free, and has achieved financial freedom by the age of 30. And his company has furthermore just been nominated for another 14 national awards to be announced very soon. The man I'm speaking about is David Shahidi from Real Estate Investment Finance. Welcome to the show, mate.
Thank you very much, Hayden.
Tommy, how are you, mate? Good?
Good, buddy. Good.
Mate, we're really excited to have you on. First of all, thank you so much for coming in with, as I've just taken you through that intro, obviously a very reputable name in the industry and right across so many disciplines, whether it be finance, property, financial planning and accounting. So you're going to absolutely drop some fire on the show today. But first of all, what I want to get into is a little bit of background on yourself, how you came into the industry, property, finance and all that sort of stuff, but also learn about your personal story.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks, Hayden. Thanks for having me, boys. It started off, I was blessed from a young age to really know that my passion was, in helping other people get ahead financially. I was born and raised by a father who reached financial freedom by the age of 33. He's never worked a day since.
Right.
So just being brought up in that environment, it was always in the back of my head, going to school, seeing my friends' parents live week to week and struggle. I always thought there's a better way, and why are there a minority of people that do reach that freedom, and why is there a lot of people that don't ever get there? And I was curious around that from a very young age, 14, 15. I knew I wanted to, get into helping people get ahead financially.
And you saw it. So you saw your dad do very well, but then you saw your friends who were struggling, and that sort of sparked that initial interest, and desire to want to help.
Yep, exactly. And what is the difference between someone that can do really well and those that don't? And how do we get more people to achieve that freedom, to live life on their own terms? So that inspired me. I knew from 15, 16, that's what I wanted to do. Went to uni, did my Bachelor in Commerce. I was very interested in the financial planning side of things, helping people with their finances. Then I quickly realised financial planning wasn't exactly what I wanted to do. Did my bachelor degree, finance, financial planning and accounting. Bought my first property while I was still at uni. That really helped set me up as well. Flipped that property within 18 months, made $80,000. And that led me to continue to build my property portfolio ever since. Then come age 25, I founded Real Estate Investment Finance just through my passion of wanting to reach as many people as we can across the country to help them build their property portfolios and achieve financial freedom.
And did you grow up in Queensland or?
Down in Melbourne.
Right,
so
okay.
Made the move over at 25.
Right.
But the weather down there, a bit inconsistent.
That's right.
Came up to Queensland for a holiday and I thought I could do this.
Yeah, you could do this.
Yeah, yep. So,
and so your first property you spoke about, where was that, mate? Melbourne? Or?
That was based down in Melbourne,
Yeah,
in the eastern suburbs, in a suburb called Mooroolbark.
Okay.
So back then, property market was 320,000 would get you into the market. Brisbane still sort of has those opportunities. Not too far off it. I bought that just pre-GFC.
Right, okay.
GFC hit, and then we seen from there, that property still had really good growth, and I sold it just post-GFC, and we still flipped it for a profit as well.
Yeah, right.
So,
And so in Melbourne, that first property, was that something you did on your own accord? Did you have your father's influence to try and help you and guide you? Or was there, things obviously being new to investing, everyone makes or often can make mistakes in their first purchase, and sometimes it doesn't go as well as making 80 grand profit, especially through like a GFC period where it's such a turbulent and changing and rapidly evolving market.
Definitely.
Is out of that would have taught you a lot of lessons in that first purchase.
Yeah, definitely. I was working 4 jobs while studying at uni, just to put together that first deposit to get into the market. And back then that was about $30,000. There was a little bit of a first home buyer's grant as well, which helped. But yeah, Dad gave me some guidance and I guess encouragement. But I was very, very inspired to get in the market as soon as I could. I didn't even want to wait to get out of uni and to get my first full-time job, to the point where, I was doing 70 hours of work a week, trying to get that deposit together, and got in as soon as I could, still with 1 year left of uni as well. So.
It's amazing the influence, like in terms of how I got into property was pretty much the opposite of your story. So I saw my dad make good income through his whole life, but never invested properly.
Yes.
And so when he passed away, he literally passed away with nothing to his name because he wasn't putting that money into the appropriate assets or resources to be able to, set up a nest egg for him in retirement.
Yeah.
Not that it mattered in the end,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
so it's amazing how those stories can affect us such a young age and not even knowing. Tom's very similar. He grew up with nothing. In a very poor household, and you can either sort of go one way or another, can't you? You can either, we've even seen people that come from families who have an idea of what they're doing, but I suppose they rest on their laurels and think it's going to be okay and not go out and make their own path like yourself.
Definitely. There's two categories. No matter where you come from, you can build that future.
Correct.
It's just about making that decision and